You're all packed for your cruise vacation, but one thing is still bothering you. Do you need a passport to go on a cruise? You know that you're going to be stopping at a number of different destinations and even different countries, but which ones require that crucial bit of government paper? Passport laws can be a complicated topic, so let's clear it up with this video. Keep watching. Caribbean passport laws. Let's start with this Q&A. Do I need a passport for a cruise going to the Caribbean? Puerto Rico is a very popular destination in the region. It's good to note that this location doesn't require a passport since it's a commonwealth of the US. However, you'll need some proof of US citizenship if you're visiting, like a birth certificate, driver's license, and the like. These same rules apply to a whole host of other US territories around the globe. In the Caribbean, you also have the US Virgin Islands and the Northern Mariana Islands. In the Pacific Ocean, you can take a trip to Guam or American Samoa without any passports required. Closed-loop cruises. A closed-loop cruise is a cruise which departs and leaves from the same US port. If your cruise departs from Miami, then visits the Bahamas and Bermuda before returning to Miami, it's a closed-loop cruise. On many of these excursions, you won't need a passport. However, some popular Caribbean islands will rebuff you at the border if you don't have a valid passport. These include Barbados, St. Martin, and Haiti. If this happens, passengers without a passport will not be permitted to debark in port and will miss out on onshore tours, shopping opportunities, and other sightseeing in these amazing destinations. Different ports. You may not need a passport to go on a closed-loop cruise, but what about one that ends at a different port? On these kinds of cruises, often called repositioning cruises, as the ship repositions to new home ports, you need a passport. Whether your cruise ends in another US port or on a Caribbean island, a passport will be required. You won't be able to pass the border even in the US as an American citizen without a passport. If you're planning to cruise your way around the Mediterranean Sea, coastal China, the Greek Isles, Australia, or the Norwegian fjords, you'll need a passport for the trip. You'll also need a passport to get to the departure port if you're flying from one country to another to board the ship. How to tell? There are a number of factors that go into determining whether you'll need a passport for a cruise. The easiest way to tell is to look at your itinerary. If you're planning on visiting several US territories on the cruise and will be returning to the same port as you left from, then you won't need a passport. If, however, you're going to return to a different port, it won't matter if you're only visiting US territories, you will still need a valid passport. If you leave from the same port as you return to, you're in luck. You can visit any number of islands without a passport on closed-loop cruises. Another great thing about closed-loop voyages is that you can often get cheap cruises on these routes. All in all, traveling without a passport is perfectly possible for United States citizens. Yet, we really do recommend you get one anyway. Why? For your own safety, such as if you somehow miss getting back on board, or so you can travel to many destinations without trouble. So, are you ready to book a cruise? Want to start planning your next dream vacation right now? Then you need to take a look at our cruise tips, where cruisehive.com can help make your perfect voyage a reality.